Here we want to talk about plant nutrients. Well, during this time, we're almost entering the start of the rainy season, and we are going to grow some crops. We may need to buy fertilizers so that we can apply them to our crops. Why do you think we need to apply the fertilizers to our crops? It could be inorganic fertilizers or organic fertilizers like cattle manure, which is applied to agricultural fields. Sometimes we talk of soil fertility, saying we're having poor soil fertility, and we need to add some fertilizers to improve soil fertility. In fact, we are interested in the nutrients which can be utilized by the plants. When we grow our crops, we harvest them. And if we continue doing that, we are mining the soil. We need to replace what is being taken by the plants. So let us see the important plant nutrients. So I'm going to make a presentation about plant nutrients. So we'll talk about plant nutrients. Plants require nutrients for growth. What are nutrients? These could be elements, mineral nutrients. What are elements? There are about 17 mineral elements which are required by plants. Nickel was added to the 16 elements to make 17 elements. Here I've got the periodic table which is showing us the elements which we know. And we are just saying the plant or the plants need just 17 out of this periodic table where we have several elements. So we have what we call non-essential elements and essential elements. Probably non-essential elements are not required by the plants, and the essential elements are the ones which are required for the plants for their growth and to complete their life cycle. We can divide the essential elements into two groups: the macronutrients and the micronutrients. We have got a diagram of a plant with the roots, and the roots are accessing various nutrients in the soil. which are required by the plant for growth. Probably may remember some of these symbols. P stands for phosphorus, N nitrogen, and K potassium. What is an essential element? Basically, it is the element which is required for plant growth, for a plant to complete its life cycle. It is also an element which cannot be substituted by another element for its function. It is the element for plant nutrition. So we've got these three things for an essential element. Here I've got a picture which is showing phosphorus deficiency symptoms. We've got purplish coloring on the maize plant. Here we've got also a plant showing deficiency. It could be nitrogen or zinc or both. Here I've got a list of macronutrients with their symbols. We have hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. Although we are including them there, these are usually available. We've got nitrogen, potassium, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and sulfur. Micronutrients, we've got chlorine, iron, boron, manganese, zinc, copper, nickel, molybdenum. Then we've got the beneficial nutrients. We've got sodium, silicon, cobalt, iodine, and vanadium. Now, what are macronutrients? These are nutrients which are required in large amounts and absorbed from the soil. Now, let us talk of these macronutrients. Nitrogen. Nitrogen is essential for protein synthesis. It is essential for photosynthesis. It is also a constituent of the porphyrin structures, like hemoglobin, chlorophyll, and cytochrome enzyme systems, which are responsible for nitrogen fixation, photosynthesis, and respiration, respectively. Actually, with nitrogen, the plant leaves turn yellow. Phosphorus, it's important for cell membranes, proteins, that is DNA and RNA. Its absence can cause, the purplish color. Potassium can cause the control of the opening and closing of the stomata. If it is absent or deficient, then probably plants may lose a lot of water. They could be, wilting. Calcium, this one strengthens the cell walls. It is important for membrane permeability. Magnesium, it is important for chlorophyll synthesis. It activates enzymes needed for photosynthesis. Sulfur is an integral part of two amino acids, cysteine and methionine. Important micronutrients. Iron is necessary in photosynthesis. Boron is essential for seed and fruit formation and helps in the use and regulation of other nutrients. Manganese and molybdenum aid nitrogen metabolism. Manganese is also part of the breakdown of carbohydrates. Zinc aid in regulating plant growth and is part of the carbohydrate metabolism. Copper is required for reproductive growth and metabolism. Now we can supply these nutrients in the form of cattle manure, but sometimes we need to analyze this cattle manure so that we know specifically what sort of nutrients we are supplying to the crops. Or we can use the artificial fertilizers to add the nutrients to the soil. So this is it on nutrients. We have to stop here. So we've just been talking about plant nutrients, but it is important probably to note that the deficiency of important nutrients like nitrogen, plants can turn yellow. With phosphorus, they can turn purplish. If there's lack of potassium, there could be a lot of wilting. With the calcium, lack of calcium, probably there will be a lot of lodging. So this is it. We have to stop here.